Hello everyone, you can call me Long Pi. I think you have met many monks during your meditation journey in the past, and we usually call ourselves Long Pi and followed by our name, Long Pi Tony, Long Pi John, Long Pi Duk, Long Pi River. So you can call me Long Ven.Narongchai as well. I'm so excited and grateful to be here with everyone. Not only this is my first time to actually have a chance to meet with this special group, the group of meditation lover. You guys have been meditating, I don't know how many years, and have seen news from meditation of Alabama here and there with many teaching monks, with many people get together and meditate like this. And even though there is no monks live there, but you guys still made an effort to get together and continue practice meditation. To me, this is amazing phenomena that it should be happening around the world. Because as the Buddhist monk, to me, meditation is not just for relaxation. Relaxation is the byproduct. Okay, we get to that in a moment. That's why I'm so excited to see people meditate, because they don't know what's waiting for them down the road. They don't know what's await them at the end of this meditation journey. But whatever get you to this community, whatever get you to the meditation practice, it's always good reason. And please keep on bringing yourself back to the question, bringing yourself back to this community. My name is Long Ven.Narongchai. I am here at the I Monastery, and this is the place where I live. In fact, this is the first rain retreat that I and another 5 months we stay here for the first time ever of this land. The land is just being built. Start from last year, around November, fully supported by Venerable Paput or Luang Pi Duk and his mom, to build this place to be a conducive place for meditation lover and the spiritual seeker from around the world. But for the first phase, we start off with the monks first, the monk training, ordination, and train the monks first. And later on, we may open up another land, another plot of land for the lay people who want just to come and to learn to meditate, but maybe not ready to be a monk yet. And that land is also being developed as well. So in the near future, we should be able to accumulate both male and female from around the world who would like to spend 30 days in the forest, secluded themselves, just to do nothing but meditation. And to me, this is a wonderful place. In the past 6 months, I have been here, and this 3 months of the rain retreat, I also have a chance to continue to stay with my monk's brother to experiment, to see what's anything that need to be adjusted, any challenges, any obstacle that will be a problem for us who meditate during the rainy seasons. But so far, I have not noticed any major issue. The weather is nice, the rain is rain on and off, and not many human beings around here. You hear the sound of the bird. It's about 2 kilometers to the nearest village. And on the other side is another 3 kilometers to find another village as well. So we actually at the very end of the village. So there's not many people around here. And that makes the place even more quiet. It's quiet during the day. It's super quiet during the night. Not many cars, not many people pass by. It's just perfect for meditation practice. And I feel like this is similar to the Buddha time when I read the Buddhist text, where the Buddha suggests the monk to find the foot of tree, find the cave, find the empty hut, and you just go there and meditate. And this is exactly what it is. Initially, there was no electricity at all. Just a small stream that ran all year round, and no electricity, nothing fancy. We have the solar cell, and now we have electricity and hot water as well. As you can see on it's super conducive. Even though we're in the forest, but we have everything that needed to help us to practice meditation better. And we'll get to know the place in a moment. Myself, this is my 16 years of my ordination. I just finished the rain retreat. In the past 90 days, we're not allowed to travel. We just have to stay here for 90 days and to get back to the Dhamma study and to get back to the meditation practice. I have been ordaining. This is my 16th rain retreat. That means it has been 16 years on this journey without planning to become a monk this long. Even though I was born Buddhist in the strong Buddhist family, but I did not know much about Buddhism, and I did not know the importance of ordination. And later on, there's a lot of things happen some turning point in my life as well when I was studying in the US and then my dad passed away. I feel like what am I doing here? Try to make a living, accumulate wealth, and traveling the world, and all of a sudden everything I have, I don't have a chance to do it with my father and my mother. So I decided, maybe I should go back home and stay with my mom because now I cannot have a chance to be with my dad. So when I went back home and I told my mom that I will not come back to the US, I'm going to stay with you. And mom said, please go back and get your education because I'm okay, you have a future waiting for you. So she insists for me to come back and finish my degree. So I promised myself that the first thing I will be doing when I come back to my country is to ordain for my mom, because I didn't have a chance to do it for my dad. And I feel bad about it. It is a responsibility as a Thai, people. We ordain for our parents, when the time is right, usually about the age of 25 for 3 months. That's the tradition. And I didn't have a chance to do that for that. So now I intentionally, that's the first thing I will be doing when I go back to Thailand. I keep my promise. I ordain for my mom. I plan to ordain and then I will disrobe and go back, start working and taking care of my mom. And hopefully at the very old age, I would be able to come back and ordain and die in the monk's robes, the plan. But something happened. I fell in love with monk's life for some reasons. For sure, fell in love in meditation. And second, fell in love in the simplicity of the monk's life. There's something about being a monk that I never thought that, wow, how come I have gone through life for 25 years, 30 years, but have not had a chance to experience something like this in the land of Buddhism, in my home country. I have to wait for 35 years to get this experience. Meditation, 8 hours a day, okay, live life super simple. A few pieces of clothes, 2 meals a day. We sleep less, eat less, talk less, but we meditate a lot. That's the structure of the monk's training back then, which is quite intimidating for a lot of people. But I realized that, and I learned a lot of that from that structure that helped me to be a monk until this day. People who have gone through a difficult time in life usually learn a lot than people who gone through, simple life with, nothing much to do, no need to make an effort to survive. Stay on. From that moment onward, I told my mom that, Mom, I like to stay a little bit longer. And she said, for how long, son? I said, for maybe 1 year. She was quite shocked with my answer. But she didn't say yes. She didn't say no. So I assume it's okay. So I continued my monk's journey for 1 more year. And the second year, she came and asked the same question. I said, I am happy being a monk. Can I continue for another year? So it has been like that for a few years until my mom stopped asking when am I going to come home. So she feel like if my son is happy, I should be happy too. So she allowed me to continue and she fully support me after a few years of my ordination. I feel very fortunate. There may be many mistakes that I did in the past, many wrong decisions, but make decision to become a monk is one thing I never feel regret for the rest of my life. I have a chance not only to train myself, to be a better person, okay, physically, spiritually, mentally. I also have a chance to help others, to train others to be a better person too. And this is my job. At the first year of my ordination, I was assigned to help ordination for foreigner, people who want to become a monk. They sign up online, they come to Thailand, and they got themselves ordained. In the past 15 years, this is my first job in the temple, and it's still my job now. To get involved with, help people ordain and train them. Okay, if they don't go home, that means they continue to be a monk day by day. Then I have to take care of them. At the moment, I believe we have more than 20 monks who come to Thailand without knowing that they're going to be a monk for long. They have been a monk for 10 years. Many of them. We're talking about, maybe 10, 20 of them. They come from non-Buddhist background, come to Thailand, know nothing about Buddhism. And they fell in love with monk's life too. Fell in love in the simplicity of the monk's life and fell in love in the world of meditation. It's amazing phenomena that a lot of Westerner people looking for meditation practice, looking for spirituality, and they're looking for ordination. So they come to either to Myanmar, Sri Lanka, or Thailand to get themselves ordained. This is my job in the past, like I said, 12 years, 13 years. We have trained more than 1,000 men from 54, 55 countries. and to send them back to be a better son, a better husband, a better citizen of the world. And that's something I feel very grateful for, this opportunity that the temple allowed me to do this kind of work. And since the time of the COVID, we cannot have the mass ordination, so we have to adjust ourselves to the thing that happened in the world. So we come to Chiang Mai, Thailand, or we provide the ordination for the small group of people. It doesn't matter how people would come, okay? 3 people come, 5 people come. To me, it doesn't matter. If you want to become a monk, it's my job to help you ordain. It's my job and my team to take care of you. We don't care about the number, and now we can focus on the quality. In the past, we're talking about 100 men from many countries, Chinese and English, trained together simultaneously with two different teams. Okay, Chinese team and the English team, but we're talking about 100 men, stay together in one place for 30 days. But here in Chiang Mai, we only focus on the English speaker participants for 30 days, and that's helped us to go deeper into help individual to be a better person, to guide them, to teach them, and that's something had changed in the past 2 years during the time of the COVID. So I will share with you more of the monk life project at the end after we meditate. Okay, for now it's just the introduction about what I have been doing and why people come to Thailand. Okay, this is some of the picture here. All right, that's just some introduction, okay, about Luang Pi Narongchai and my work. Before we meditate, I like to just to recap, okay, and share something about meditation from my experience. Since this is my first time meeting everyone here in these communities, and I believe everyone know how to meditate already. Some of you may be meditating every day, okay, on the daily basis, and that's something, please continue doing that, okay? This is important. Like I said earlier, meditation is not just for relaxation. For the Buddhist monk, to us, meditation equals life. Life without meditation is the useless life. It's a life with no meaning, no purpose. In order for us to get to know who we are, we need to meditate. You cannot read book and think of, why am I here? Where did I come from? Where am I going after I die? We just cannot find the answer by just sit there and try to think. And the Buddha was a man, okay, who have gone through this path before. He didn't know how to meditate. He looking for something wholesome. He seek for the teacher, and the teacher teach him how to meditate. And later on, he also discovered the meditation technique by himself. We get to know that, when we have a chance about the samatha meditation, vipassana meditation. But anyway, let's stay with the word meditation. So the question is, why do you meditate? What keep you coming back to the question? What keep you coming back to this community? I believe you should have the clear answer to that for yourself, right? That's why you come. You see some benefit of you, close your eyes, sit cross-legged, and do something about your mind. The mind is illuminous, and it can be free from passing defilement. Just the first sentence is already, get my attention already. How many of us know that our mind has defilement? How many of us know that the nature of the mind is illuminous? We know a little about our own mind. Human being, we know a lot of things in the outside. We can go to the moon. We can create a lot of things that never happened in the past. But we know nothing much about our own mind. We don't know where the mind is. We don't know the characteristics of the mind. We don't know the size of the mind, the shape of the mind, where the mind is located. And now we come to meditate. We try to do something with the mind without knowing nothing much about the nature of our own mind. And the Buddha said clearly, the mind is illuminous and it can be free from passing defilements. That means, in order for someone to say something like this, he needs to see the mind. He needs to see his own mind. Once he sees his own mind, he sees something in the mind. And when he sees, he understands, right? When we see things, we understand. And this is called the right view or right understanding. And when we see something in the mind has mental impurity. It's our job to remove them. And that is the cause of suffering. So we need to remove them from our mind. So the wise person understands this as it really is. So therefore, for him, there is a mental development. Or in another word, there is a meditation. The meditation is the only way to remove this mental impurity. This is the reason why Buddhist monks or people in the past, they ordain. Okay? They get to the bottom of the problem to remove the mental impurity from their mind. Okay? So this may be some new information for you, and hope you get excited about this journey. For now, you meditate because you feel happy, you feel peace and calm, you feel relaxed, you feel less stress, and that's amazing reason. Okay, it's okay, no problem. We meditate because we want to be happy. In fact, everything we do, we want to be happy, including meditation as well. There are many levels of meditation, okay? Many levels, not just relaxation. We can aim at to purify our mind to completely free from defilement. And that can be happening just like the great monk and the Buddha himself in the past, where their mind are completely pure. Pure from greed, pure from hatred, pure from delusion. There's no lust. The mind is super peaceful. That's nature of the mind. It's something that we can look for during the meditation journey. Okay? It takes time, it takes practice, but we can get there. And to do something with the mind, we need to understand the nature of the mind, right? This is some of the characteristics of the human mind that listed in the Buddhist text. The mind is the wandering element. It likes to think. It thinks a lot. It thinks very fast. It thinks very far. It's difficult to detect. We don't know where it is, and it gets excited, it gets agitated very easily, whether positive or negative. It doesn't like to stay still, just like the monkey. And how can we still the monkey? We need to feed the monkey with something, right? Feed the monkey with banana, then the monkey stop, eat banana, and when it's done eating, it jump to another tree and keep on moving. That's the nature of monkey, and it's similar to the nature of human mind. So please don't get agitated. Don't feel upset when you sit, close your eye, and your mind cannot be still. This is perfectly normal. Understand it, accept it, and do something about it. Okay? Habituate your mind to come back. According to the Harvard study, 47% of time human being we get lost in thought. So we spend almost 50% of our life, the moment we wake up, until the time we come back to bed. Allow the mind to stay outside of the body, wandering around all kind of thought, and most likely it's a negative thought. And that's the nature of human mind. It's quite sad, right? So the wandering mind is unhealthy mind. If you are the person who tend to think a lot, who get agitated easily, and that's the indicator telling you that you need to come back and nurture your mind and develop the quality of your mind through the mindfulness and meditation practice. Keep that information in mind about the nature of ourselves. Okay? Why we should meditate? Again, this is another reason. The Buddha said, I do not see a single thing when it is developed and cultivated brings such happiness as the mind. If you're looking for peace and happiness and you don't meditate, you will not be able to achieve the true happiness. Doesn't matter what kind of happiness you're looking for, because there are several layers of happiness through the lens of Buddhism, through the lens of the Buddha, which we'll get to that in a moment. Understand the nature of your own mind, okay? Get yourself excited about the meditation journey, okay? And keep on doing that. Even though the mind may be wandering, you may feel sleepy, you may have physical pain here and there during the meditation, it's okay. Meditation is about getting to know yourself. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is, get to know yourself in all dimensions. That's the idea of meditation. Get to know your mind. Why you feel this, why you feel that, and when lust happen, when greed happen, when anger happen, how do you deal with that? This is the beauty of meditation practice. Okay, just to recap one more time. Okay, I believe everyone know how to meditate, and you have your own meditation technique. Some of you may visualize the object, some of you may use the breath, some of you use the mantra, and you should know why you use that technique. You should know what exactly that you are trying to achieve. A question I receive from time to time is how mindfulness helps with the concentration. And this picture, again, explained by the Buddha. The horse is like the mind. The wild horse, it doesn't like to stay still. When you get the wild horse, you cannot just get on it and ride the horse right away. The horse will not allow you to do that. In order for you to be able to ride that horse, you need to train the horse first by tying this horse to the pole. And in Texas, they call this pole is a patient pole. This is how they train the wild horse. Those cowboys in Texas, this is how they train the horse. They get the new horse, they tie the horse, and then from time to time, they go play with the horse. And eventually, the horse will get used to the owner and would it would allow the owner to get on his back and start riding the horse comfortably later on. But here the mind is like the horse. Now we are going to ride our own horse, but the horse is not so obedient. So we need to do something about the horse before we can ride on it. So we tie the horse with the pole, which is concentration or the meditation object that you are about to use. Can be the breath, can be the objects of your choice, the full moon, the crystal ball, the star, the loving kindness, the walking meditation, you name it. The Buddha did not teach one technique to all students. He gave more than 40 techniques that mentioned in the text. The question is why the Buddha did not give just one technique to everyone to practice. Simply because we human beings, we don't like the same thing, right? We don't like the same food. You may like pizza, I may like sticky rice. But at the end, whatever we eat, we gain energy, we can survive. Same thing in meditation, we need to know our own nature, the nature of the mind, okay, the characteristic of ourselves, and find a technique that work best for us to still the mind. That is why there were many techniques out there. If you Google it, you may find millions of meditation websites teach you how to practice meditation. Which one is right for you? Which meditation work best for you? And that's something you keep in mind, okay? So I think this picture is very helpful. Concentration, whatever technique that you are about to use, that you are interested in practicing, that's the pole. And mindfulness is something not many people talk about it, how it helps you to meditate better. And mindfulness and concentration support together. They work together hand in hand. And the reason the mind cannot be still, because you are not mindful. You're not mindful of the object that you use. So here mindfulness is like the rope that ties the horse to the pole. We allow the horse to run whenever the mind starts wandering. It's okay. Mindfulness is about knowing when your mind attention moves from the object A to object B, from the crystal ball to the thought. When you know it, and this is called mindfulness. And you have to do nothing, just knowing that now the mind is not here. And your job is to bring it back to the pole. That's it, more often. Every time it go out, relax it, bring it back. It may go out 1,000 times, 2,000 times, it doesn't matter. As long as you can bring it back, I consider this is active meditation. For some people sit for 30 minutes, but the mind stay outside 25 minutes. You get lost in thought. You cannot bring the mind back. And this is not mindful at all. So when we mindful, we know when the mind is not here with the object, so we bring it back. So keep on doing that, okay? So tie the horse with the pole and observe your own horse. Eventually, this horse will allow you to ride on it, okay, comfortably. You can ride fast, you can ride slow, you can make the horse stop, turn left, turn right. You can do whatever it is with your mind. Okay, we about to get started. Whatever technique you have been using, or you plan to use in the future, okay, keep this concept in mind. What exactly that you are trying to achieve when you close your eyes, sit cross-legged, if I may ask? Maybe you do walking, sitting. You are trying to do something, right? When you meditate. And what would that be? What are you trying to achieve? Whatever technique you use, okay? Meditation is the one-pointedness mind. It's the mind that stays focused on one object during that session. If you plan to sit 30 minutes, your mind should be with that object for 30 minutes. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, it doesn't matter. And that is the short definition. We are trying to achieve the stillness of the mind inside the body, not outside. Wherever inside the body that you feel good, and that should be the place where you keep your mind during the meditation session. And the question is, how can we still the mind? How can we keep the mind still in the body in that 30-minute session? These are the two foundations that every meditation lover must master, whether you are a beginner or an advanced. My master repeated the same teaching. Every time he teaches, he has been teaching more than 50 years. He talked about the same thing over and over. But make sure you cultivate this. Make sure you sit comfortably. Make sure you feel relaxed. Balance between mindfulness and relaxation, or comfortable and consciousness. Whatever technique you use, you come back to this. This is the only way that your mind can be still, if you can keep this thing in balance. Because if the mind out of balance, too much on relaxation, we may fall asleep. Too much on concentration, then we may have stress, okay, here and there in the body. These are the indicators telling us that something is wrong in our practice. Aware of it, understand it, and adjust it. Okay, meditation is the art of doing nothing. It's the art. You cannot sing a beautiful song if you getting mad of someone, right? You need to feel relaxed. You need to feel happy, so you can sing a beautiful song. Same thing in meditation. You cannot sit and meditate with agitated mind. What happened to you before you come to this session, it matter for the next 30 minutes. If you were talking on the phone, working on the social media, do a lot of work, making a lot of decision, and all of a sudden you turn the phone off and go back to meditate and hope that the mind will come back and stay still with you for the next 30 minutes. It's not always the case. We need to prepare body and mind. If you know you are going to go to meditation session at 5:30, you prepare yourself a little bit. Have a cup of maybe hot tea first. Okay, take a walk first. You can relax yourself a little bit. Okay, then come back to the seat, and that's the way you should do. All right. So I think it's time for us to get back to our seat and meditate together. Okay, if anything at all, feel free to ask Luang Pi at the end of the session. So for this moment, I think this is the moment that everyone is looking for, to sit back, relax, close our eye, and allow the mind to be back to the body and stay still. Before we close our eye, let's take a few good deep breaths without doing nothing, without thinking of anything. Just breathe in and out as deep as you can for a few times. Just notice how the body breathes. And slowly welcome your awareness and your mind to this very present moment. Now you can softly and gently close your eyes. The same way you close your eyes when you go to sleep. Feel grateful and appreciation for this session, for the time that you deserve at the end of the day like this, to be at peace. Make sure you sit comfortably, whether you sit on the floor or sitting on the chair. Sit with your back and spine straight up, with both of your shoulders rest naturally. Make sure there's no stress or tensions around your eyes. Take your time as you need it at the beginning of each session to scan through your physical body and make this a habit, to make sure that the whole body is fully relaxed before we meditate. There is no rush to still your mind, no rush to get back to your meditation object. Every single step is important. As we scan through our body, we slowly bring our mind back to the body. We slowly cultivate mindfulness. And when we are mindful of every single breath that we take, every single part of the body that we go through, at the end it helps us to stay still much easier. Check to see any feeling on top of your head, any tingling, stiffness, tightness, your forehead, eyebrows, eye socket, area around your nose, both of your cheeks, your lips, your shins and your jaws relaxed. Put a little smile on your face. Just remind yourself that you are going to sit back and relax. Expect nothing. Just want to take a small vacation at the end of the day like this before you go back to bed. Moving your attention downward to your throat, both of your shoulders, your arms, your palms, and your fingers. Loosen the muscle around your chest, your abdomen, your spine, and the area around your back. Notice how you feel in the upper part of your body. Any stiffness, tightness, uncomfortable. Take your time to readjust the way you sit. Readjust the area that you feel uncomfortable. Moving downward to the area around your bottom, your sit bones, both of your thighs, your knees, forelegs, ankles, to the bottom of your feet, and to the tip of your toes, relaxed. Check to see any stiffness, tightness still remain in the lower part of the body. As your body becomes more relaxed, your mind tend to incline toward the same direction, has less and less thought, and more relaxed as well. Cherish your mind with happiness and joy. Slowly let go all of your responsibility. From your work, your study, your business, relationship, your health. Put those things aside while you meditate. Imagine that you are now alone, sitting by yourself in the place where you feel relaxed, comfortable, safe and secure. Slowly disconnect yourself from the outside world and allow yourself to reconnect it to the world of inner peace within. Feel the lightness of the body, emptiness, spacious, as if your physical body is melting away to become a part of your surroundings. There's no muscle, no bones, no heart, no lung. It's just an empty space. In that empty space, just notice that there is one location that you feel most comfortable to rest your mind. Just use your feeling. Don't use your eyes. No need to think or analyze. Keep it simple. Wherever you feel easy and comfortable, that is the place where you should rest your mind during your meditation. Allow the mind to settle down itself to that location. Can be the center of the body, can be anywhere. Slowly allow the mind to come back to its home. Slightly touch your mind to that location and maintain the stillness of the mind. Keep the mind in balance between the feeling of being relaxed and consciousness. Feeling content of the way you sit, of your surrounding, of everything around you. You may visualize the object of your choice as you're familiar with, such as the full moon, the bright shiny star, the crystal ball, the great master. Can be anything to help keep the mind still and relaxed, without using your physical eyes to locate the object. Or you can use the mantra, the simple phrase or word that you feel comfortable, such as clear and bright, clear and bright, clear and bright, which are the nature of human mind. Or peace and calm, peace and calm, peace and calm. Or Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang, Samma Arahang. Can be any phrase or word that easy for you, just to help keep the mind still and stay relaxed. Or you can simply visualize nothing, using no mantra. Just simply allow the mind to stay relaxed and comfortable wherever it feels comfortable. Our job is to be a good observer of the nature of our mind. without interfering, without making any decision. Just simply allow the mind to unfold itself naturally. Stay relaxed, stay conscious, and allow the inner journey to begin. Stay still, stay relaxed, and stay conscious. If your mind start wandering or get distracted by thoughts, just simply aware and acknowledge it. And let the thought pass by. No need to engage. No need to continue to entertain that thoughts that arise. Slowly welcome your mind back to the feeling of relaxation and start over again. Stay still, stay content, stay comfortable. Stay still, stay relaxed, and stay conscious. Checking into your mind to see how the mind feels at the moment. Any thoughts, any feelings, sensations. Keep the mind still, calm, and relaxed. As we come closer to the end of the session, we will spend a moment to share loving kindness before we finish. So cherish your mind with happiness and joy. Cultivate the feeling of love toward yourself. Learn how to love yourself. Learn how to forgive yourself in any wrongdoing in the past, and learn how to forget, so the mind can be happy and free from worry and anxieties. If you can love yourself, forgive yourself, it helps you to be able to love and forgive others. We are called ignorant beings. We make mistakes all the time. So we should learn how to forgive ourselves, love ourselves, and learn how to do the same thing with others when they make a mistake. Wishing yourself to be well, to be happy, to be at peace, and to be free from all suffering and danger in the world. Expand your loving kindness outwardly through all directions. Share your loving kindness to everyone in your family circle, your parents, spouse, children, family members and relatives, including people you have a fond feeling with. Wishing all of them to be well, to be happy, to be at peace, to free from suffering and danger in the world. Wishing all of them to have a good health and long life, and success in everything that they are doing or pursuing. Expand the circle of your loving kindness to your neighbors, people at work, people that you meet regularly but you may not know them well, people at the grocery store, at the parking lot, at the laundry store. Wishing all of them to be well, to be happy, to be at peace, and to be free from all suffering and danger in the world. Share your loving kindness through all directions. And to see if you can offer the same level of loving kindness to someone that you have a conflict with, someone who may give you a difficult time. Learn how to forgive and forget their wrongdoing or their mistake by wishing them well, happy, peaceful and free from suffering and danger in the world. Now wholeheartedly expand your loving kindness to all beings in the world, human, animal, all the spirit, wishing all of them to be well, to be happy, to be at peace, and to be free from all suffering and danger in the world. For those who are suffering, wishing them to be free from their suffering, maybe suffering from hunger, from violence, from sickness. And for those of them who are already happy and success in life, wishing them to be happier and more successful in life. Wishing the whole world, all beings can live together in peace and harmony, without violence, without war, without taking advantage from each other. And wishing the whole world will have a chance to practice meditation and find inner peace within their mind. Welcome your mind back to the center of the body one more time. And give yourself a moment to reflect on today's experience, to allow the positive energy, the peaceful energy that arrives at the center of your mind to expand, covering every single part of your body. Allow the whole body to feel fresh, feel relaxed, recharge and rejuvenate. Notice of the technique that you use, of the result, and the feelings at the end of the session. Make a mental note of your experience today. Feel grateful and appreciation of this auspicious time that you give back to yourself. And now let's take a few good deep breaths before we open up our eyes. Okay, so welcome everyone back to the session. That was about 40 to 45 minutes. So I like to spend another 20-25 minutes sharing with you about the simple life of a monk and perhaps help you to get some useful information to understand about life and how to live good life, and to motivate you to continue practice meditation. Meditation is another name for happiness. It doesn't matter how long we sit, we should be able to find happiness. Even 1 minute, 5 minutes, the longer the better. Only if you do it correctly and properly. Okay, and the reason that you cannot find peace, cannot feel happy, cannot feel relaxed. Okay, nothing magical. It's something wrong with the thing that we do today. Maybe the body, the seat that you sit on, the chair, the temperature, the sound. Okay, everything's affects your meditation experience of each session. And each session is not the same. It's a new session, but we can learn something from the previous session that we sit to make adjustment. Okay, for the next session. So when someone become a monk, they have a chance to live in the perfect structure, the perfect environment for them to master or deepen their meditation practice. So that is why the I Monastery, this place is being built to serve this purpose for those who love to meditate. The place is surrounded by the nature here. In the I Monastery is about 1.5 hours from Chiang Mai Airport. It's 900 meters above the sea level. It's surrounded by this rice field and rich by the nature. It's super peaceful and super quiet here. And just by arriving here without doing anything, we feel relaxed already. The monks who come here, they're looking for the place like this to seclude themselves to practice meditation. Okay, they will have a chance to stay as a layperson for about 1 week, get themselves ready to observe the 8 precepts, and before they shave their head and join the ordination. And this is the place that we'll be staying. Is an individual hut. Nothing fancy. It's simple. Okay, simple is always the best. So people looking for simplicity, so they come to the nature. They come to the structure that help them to find peace of mind more effectively. Usually, there are three main reasons why someone wants to become a monk. Right? From my experience, okay, about three answers that I find regularly. First, people looking for a simple life of a monk. They see that life of a monk is the simplest lifestyle on the planet, which I never realized that. When I ordained myself, I feel like, wow, where have I been? How come I don't got myself ordained at a young age? This is super peaceful, super simple. Okay? We are allowed to have a few pieces of cloth. We have the bowl. We don't have the kitchen. In the morning, we go to the village and people give us food. Some monks eat 2 meals a day. We are allowed to eat 2 meals a day. Some monks eat 1 meal a day. Okay, in this rain retreat, I get back to my self-development in more intensive way. So I come back to 1 meal a day, less meat, and I plan to shift myself toward vegan in the near future. And now I have less and less meat. I feel like eating 1 meal a day, the body feels very light. I can go back to meditation right away after lunch. I don't need to relax or anything, because when you have the right food and the right amount of food, the body feels light. Not only it feels light, it feels energetic. This indicator telling us that whatever I just eat, this work for my body. Light, energetic. Before I feel full, in the afternoon session at 2 p.m., I have a hard time to stay awake, to stay relaxed, because I need to make sure that I have enough food, because we don't allow to have dinner, right? So we eat more lunch. And when we eat more lunch, we have a hard time to meditate in the afternoon session. But when 1 meal a day, less meat, more vegetable, the body feel relaxed, feel light, and feels very energetic. We can go back and meditate right away, and that's something I found. So life is very simple. Get up about 5:30. Actually, 4:30 in the morning, and 5 o'clock everyone show up for the meditation and morning chanting before we go arms round to the village around 6:30, and come back and have breakfast together from 7:30 to 8:30. And 9:30 we meditate again before lunch, and lunch start at 11:30 to 12:30. And after lunch, everyone have about 2 hours for personal time before they join the afternoon session for the Dhamma talk and meditation from 2:30 to 4:30. And then from 4:30 to 6:30, they can relax, they can exercise, they can take a walk in the wood, they can do some yoga or straight up to relax the body, and take a shower, have refreshment. We are allowed to drink some juice. Meet again 6:30 for evening chanting, and meditate until 9:30. From 9:30 to 10 o'clock, that's another 30-minute slot for personal time to reflect on the Dhamma that they learn. And 10 o'clock, we turn off the light. Everyone go back to bed. And it's the same routine every single day. Imagine that if you go to bed on time, every day, you go to bed on time, 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., you have 6 hours of sleep. You wake up 4:30 every single day for 30 days. You wake up on time, you eat on time, you meditate on time. For me, I even go to the toilet on time. That's how I habituate my body, habituate my mind to do things on time. Just by doing this, eat on time, sleep on time, wake up on time, and meditate on time, you see how much your body would be appreciated. You feel energetic. You regain the physical strength in the first week. People who have a hard time going to bed, when they come here in this quiet environment, no noise, no television, you completely disconnect yourself from the whole world. No telephone allowed, no email, no Facebook. Congratulate everyone who come to this place that you are able to disconnect yourself from the whole world for 30 days. And nothing disturb your mind. So you go to bed, easily. Within, 10-15 minutes, you fall asleep in peace and wake up fresh. How do you know you have enough rest? You don't need to take a nap during the day. I personally, I don't take a nap. 4 hours, 5 hours of quality sleep is more than enough for my body to remain fresh all day long. So from 10 p.m. to 4:30 in the morning, that's my sleeping time. And not only just 6 hours of sleeping time, but it's quality sleep. No noise whatsoever. That's the simple life. With these simple activities, okay, simple structure, it helps the monk to practice meditation better. And that is the second reason why people come to ordain in Thailand. They're looking for the knowledge of how to meditate. They're looking for the place where they can meditate well and better than before. And they here in this the structure, we have the meditation tutoring team, advanced meditator who always accessible for 30 days. Wherever you go, okay, you see them, you eat with them, you talk to them. When you experience something in your meditation, you stuck, you don't know what's next, okay, they always here, standing by and support. There will be a session, the tutoring session, where the new monk and the training team meet together, okay, a few times a week to sit down casually to talk about anything, about your experience of a monk, about your meditation experience. Okay, sometimes people have been stuck with one simple issue for a very long time and didn't know how to deal with that. For example, how come I always falling asleep every 15 minutes, falling asleep, and how come the thought always keep on coming, never stop? How come I have pain in here between my eyebrow all the time in the past 10 years? And when they find the right teaching from the right teacher, then problem solved. Okay, simple, a piece of cake. Okay, this advanced meditator monk, they have gone to all of these problems, and they can help you. Just like you have illness, okay, you need to go find a good doctor. Then he can prescribe you the right treatment, and then you are free from that sickness. Same thing in meditation. Sometimes we stuck, right? And to be success in anything, in the worldly life or in the meditation life, the starting point is to find a good teacher. Second one, after you find a good teacher, good doctor, then you listen to his teaching wholeheartedly. Open up your heart, your mind, empty your glass, and learn from them. Find them, learn from them, reflect on what you learn. Don't just believe. Reflect. If I said 1 meal a day is good for your meditation, don't just take my word for it. You do it yourself and you see if it works for you or not. Less meat, no meat. Don't believe what people said. Vegan or non-vegan. You know what works best for your body. And now I am experimenting. I know this food works for me. Find good teacher, learn from them. Think, reflect on what you learn, and put everything you learn into practice. These are the 4 things. So you can be success in your meditation. Imagine yourself surrounded by the like-minded people. And this is the third reason why people look for ordination. They want to hang out with the good friends, spiritual friends, friends who love in meditation, friends who love in doing nothing but talking about the Dhamma, talking about life, purpose of life, meaning of life, how to live good life. How many friends in life that we have that have the same idea, same purpose? Good friends is accountable for 100% in successful in life, not just 50%. If you hang out with the right crowd, you tend to be success, right? The book that you read, people that you hang out with, they have a huge influence into your life, whether to drag you down to the road of destruction or lift you up to the road of heaven, right? Something wholesome. Hang out with people who love to drink, they drag you down to the drinking path. Gambling, right? Do something bad. The people who love study Dhamma, people who love to meditation, they will drag you down to the same direction as well. Just like in this community, because you love to hang out with good friends, that's why you come to join this, meditation of Alabama to meditate, to learn something from the monks. Okay, you may not be a Buddhist; it doesn't matter. Okay, Buddhist or non-Buddhist doesn't matter. We are human beings. We born ignorant. We don't know that we don't know. There's so many things that we don't know. And why don't we know? What exactly that we don't know? And that's something we should ask ourselves. And this is exactly why people look for ordination. They hope that meditation will give them the answer of the meaning of life. And just to get you to prepare, in case some of you looking for ordination, there is the word called Banpacha, okay, in Pali. Banpacha translates to ordination, to going forth. If you understand this meaning, it helps you to prepare yourself much better before you become a monk or even you ordain as a Buddhist monk, because you will be living by a lot of rules. And here is the idea. The household life is confined and dusty. Going forth is the open air or the open path, said by the Buddha. It's hard to practice meditation as a layperson. It's hard to practice religious life as a layperson, comparing to you got yourself ordained, okay? Leave everything behind. In fact, the meaning of Banpacha, which I really like it, mean you completely gone. When a man become a monk, that man completely gone from a lay life. Completely. Completely mean what? Whatever the lay people do, the monk don't do. No entertainment, no cell phone, no email, no cooking, no playing soccer, no going to the concert, no watching television. You completely gone from the mundane living life cycle. You become a spiritual person fully. You born to a new life. And this is something that not many people have a chance to experience, how it feels to live life fully as a spiritual person. Ordination is the only way for you to have that experience. It's an open path. You're a free man. You don't have to work. You don't have to pay the bill. Your job is to study the Dhamma, the meaning of life and how to live good life. Dig deeper into your mind, get to know who you are, what you want. Plus, continue to practice meditation. There will be food for you. As long as you don't disrobe, food is free for life. Where food come from? Food come from the villager. As long as you have the bowl, you get the bowl to the village. They will give you food. So we cannot demand for anything. We eat what we receive. This is how simplicity of the monk life. It's easy and simple. Whatever they give, we eat. We don't ask for food. We don't demand for food. Life is fully supported by the lay people, pretty much 100%. The medicine, the shelter, the robe that we wear, the food that we eat come from the support of the lay people. So they free our time. We can go back to meditation practice. We can go back to study Dhamma. And in return, they expect us, if we can go teach them. They can come to the temple, listen to the Dhamma talk, and practice meditation with us. But the lay life is the life of responsibility, the life of dust, right? There's too much worry as a lay person. And this picture is summary of the whole teaching of the Buddha. This is my favorite picture. So if you are new to the teaching of the Buddha, if you don't know anything, understand this picture, you understand everything. Okay, we can talk about all kind of dimension of the teaching of the Buddha in just this one picture. For here, we don't have that much of time. Okay, I will just recap and stop by here and there to help you to understand the point of the important point. So through the lens of Buddhism, there are two groups of people, as you can see, monks or the nuns and the lay people. These two groups of people, we're looking for the same thing, which is peace and happiness. We are born ignorant. We don't know about life. And now we born already. We become someone on this planet. You born in the US, I born in Thailand, you born in Mexico, it doesn't matter. We born already. We are human being. And at the end of the day, we should to ask ourselves, what am I looking for? Who am I here? Okay, what is the purpose of me being alive? Because one day we're going to have to say goodbye, right? To everything we have. We are subject to death. We cannot escape from death. People die. We die. It's going to happen. So before that thing happen, we should find time to seek for the real purpose of life. What is life and how to live good life. And that's what the Buddha and the great monks, the great thinker in the past, Socrates, Aristotle, that's what they did. They asked themselves, what is life and how to live life noble? And then they try to find the answer. And people these days, we don't ask this kind of question. You just have to go to school, get a good job, and then your life will be okay. It's not enough. So here you see there are two groups of people, spiritual people, monk, nun, and novice, and the lay people. The monk and the nun, they are the group of people who walk on the highway. You see, they walk on the highway. And the lay life, they live life on the local street. What's the difference? What do you expect when you get on the highway? You expect to arrive the destination faster, right? Because you pay the toll, pay the fee, then you can go faster. You go direct path to the destination wherever you want to go. Same thing here, the monks, people in the past, they ordained for one reason. They want to free themselves from suffering. They want to find the real purpose of life. And the only way that they help them to get there fast is to become a monk. That is why many kings leave everything behind. Many business people, many successful people in the past, people from the good family, leave everything behind. I don't need money, I don't need fame, I don't need palace. Buddha himself, Prince Siddhartha, he let go his princely life, everything he has, because the life is hollow. The more you look for the happiness, the further happiness far away from you. So monk, it's a group of people who seek for happiness inwardly. They look for a refined form of happiness. But for the lay people, happiness comes from only one source, which is material thing, the source of the sense pleasure. We look for happiness through what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste, what we touch. Then we feel happy. You eat something you like, you want more of that. You hear the beautiful music, you want to hear more of that. You get the beautiful clothes, you want more of this. One house, one second house, one car, second car. Hoping that having more of that will bring us more happiness. The fact is not the case. People are trapped in the realm of the lowest level of happiness, which is happiness comes from sense pleasure. So the monks are the group of people who are looking for a refined form of happiness. There is nothing wrong being a lay person, okay? Accumulate wealth, have a fancy vacation, getting married, have kids. Nothing wrong with that. But the Buddha said, guys, there is something more refined than that. If you are interested, welcome on board. And how can we get there? Happiness is not falling from the sky and all of a sudden we are happy. The Buddha gave us the structure to develop happiness, to train ourselves, to live good life. To be happy, we need to educate ourselves. Meditation is one good example. The reason you come to join meditation session because you want to find happiness in your mind. And you need to know how to meditate. You need instruction. You need someone to give you advice when you come to problem, right, or obstacle in your practice. So happiness needs to come from education. Happiness entails education. We need to educate ourselves about life and how to live good life. Then we can be happy. You can be happy of whoever you are. You don't have to be a monk to be happy, okay? Don't get my message wrong. You can be happy as a father, as a wife, as a kid, as a son. But keep in mind that there is another level of happiness, not just happiness come from sense pleasure. But the bottom line is, no matter who we are, to be happy, we need to practice morality, observe precept, be an ethical person. A monk, we have a chance to observe more precept. We're talking about 200 rules. The lay people observe 5 precepts. You see the difference between 5 and 200. 227 precepts. The more precept we observe, the more mindful we become. And the more mindful you are, the more concentration you become as well. You will have a better concentration when you are mindful. This I cannot do, this I can do, this I shouldn't be saying, this I can say. So precept help us to be more mindful. And that's the starting point. Start from precept first, and then once you are physically and verbally are peace and calm, then you are ready to develop your mind, which is the second set of the structure that the Buddha teach us, second framework, which is called samadhi or concentration. As long as you're still keeping on breaking precepts, still killing, harming, lying, sexual misconduct, intoxicate yourself, forget about peace of mind. You cannot have good meditation. Because when you close your eye, your mind is worried. When you say something bad to someone, when you hurt someone feeling, you cannot feeling good about yourself, right? So start from precept and then develop the mind. And with this precept and the concentration, it helps us to access to the higher wisdom. When we start seeing the nature of our mind, when the mind is super peaceful, super still, you regain the clarity of your mind, then you start seeing things the way they are. And this is the starting point of higher wisdom through the eyes of the Buddha. Start from the right view. With the right view, we start to have the right thinking. With the wrong view, then we have the wrong thinking. And with wrong thinking, we have the wrong saying and the wrong doing. You see, everything as a consequence. Okay, so start from here, whether you are a lay person or a monk. Again, if you're looking for peace and happiness, you must educate yourself. And start from here. If you don't know where to start, take this framework with you. Being an ethical person, learn about precept and practice meditation and find time to hang out with a good friend to learn the Dhamma and put everything you learn into practice. Here, the first level of happiness that most of us are trapped is in the realm of sense pleasure. Happiness comes from the sense door, seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, this kind of thing. But the Buddha points to the second level of happiness that you can master. Happiness comes from meditation. Happiness comes from the mind that doesn't want anything the mind that let go everything. When the mind let go, the mind come back. I was asked, Luang Pi, how soon can my mind be still? I said, the sooner your mind can let go, the faster your mind come back. Whatever it is. The reason your mind cannot come back and stay still because it's cling on something. You need to identify what it is and let it go. Simple. But simple doesn't mean easy, right? To let go. Okay. And there's the highest form of happiness through the lens of the Buddha is Nibbana. Okay. This is where the mind is pure, completely free from the defilement, from greed, from hatred, from delusion. And that's something human being can achieve. The Buddha was a living proof. He achieved that. He have gone to the sense pleasure, the perfect sense pleasure world, a luxurious life, born as a prince in the palace. He still feel like that thing cannot compare with the happiness come from the peace of mind. No happiness surpasses the peace of mind. That's his conclusion through his meditation journey. So benefit of ordination that you may expect is you have a chance to seclude yourself from the mundane living life cycle. Back to the wood, stay secluded in a quiet place, get back to yourself and develop yourself in this environment. And you will be in the structure that help you to meditate better, to regain your not only your physical strength, but your inner strength as well. Like I said, wake up early, go to bed on time, wake up on time, eat on time, meditate on time. So this is a structure that will be provided. So you go to bed at 10, you wake up at 4:30 every single day for 30 days or 90 days that you stay as a monk. And you have a chance to hang out with the good friends, spiritual friends. We don't talk about the world, we don't talk about the politics, we don't talk about things in the outside world. We only talk about how can I meditate better. What's wrong today? What's wrong with this session? Luang Pi, the early morning session was very great. Feel peace, calm, the mind stays still. How come in the late morning and the afternoon I don't have that experience? So there is a session during the day that the monks sit down and talk casually with a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, and we talk about this, about the Dhamma, about meditation practice. Okay? And when they go home, they become a better person, a happy man. You may be a happy person already, but you will leave the training happier, with the right view and right understanding about your life. Okay, to be wiser about the what caused you suffering, okay, and how to deal with that. Understand the idea of being an ethical person. Understand about the mindfulness and how to put into practice, and how to reach out and help others. To be a caring heart person. Okay, so these are some of the idea and the benefit that you may be able to expect when you join the training. And again, no happiness surpasses the peace of mind. Every time you sit, you may find some quick moment that, how come feeling very good? There's no thought in my mind. You feel peace, feel light, the body disappear, feel like you float up into the sky, and that feeling cannot explain by word. You are the person who know that feeling when it happened to you in your meditation practice. Okay, and keep in mind that there are many layers of concentration. What happened in that moment is just superficial of feeling good, feeling relaxed, feeling that the body disappear. It's just the starting point of this inner journey to get to know the nature of your own mind. Okay, the concentration is deep. Okay, there are many layers, just like we dive into the ocean, and as we go deeper and deeper, we feel happier and happier, and we cannot explain by word. So the Monks Life Project here in Thailand just started this year, and now we come to the last batch of this year in November, from 1st to 30th of November, for 30 days. For anyone who are interested, if you can make it this year, feel free, or you can plan your life to join us next year. Check out our website through themonkslifeproject.com. If anything at all, okay, if I can be helpful and useful in your spiritual journey, if you want to become a monk, and feel free to reach out to me, and anything at all. Luang Pi are here standing by to welcome everyone from around the world to experience the simple life of the monks at the Ai Monastery in the northern part of Thailand, in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Okay, so I think it's about time. Okay, sorry, too many information that I like to share. Okay, okay, but today it's a starting point to get to know each other. Hopefully, I may be able to come back and meditate with everyone again in the near future.